Welcome back to Open Book Games. I'm Rowan.
And I'm Phil.
And this is the first video in our Appendix series where we are going to try to list off 100 items in any given category as a DM resource, random roll table for you to use in your games if you would like to. We're also hoping that this improves our improv skills because they're not very great, if you couldn't tell.
They probably can't tell yet.
No, they know. They know.
Yeah, now they know.
Well, we did tell them. So there are going to be some rules for how this game is going to work. We are going to try to get to 100 items of whatever topic we choose. We have to alternate our responses, and we have to make them up on the spot. So none of this was pre-planned. We didn't pre-record any of our responses at all, which you can probably tell by now. We also have a 5-second limit on how long we can spend thinking of an answer. We are allowed to pass. If we both pass, we get 10 seconds to think of our next answer. And then if we both pass twice in a row, the game is over and we lose. If we don't get to 100 items, which we probably won't, tell us in the comments what you thought of that we didn't. If we repeat ourselves on accident, tell us that too. We would love to hear the things that you'd like to see. And we'll add them to our ever-growing list of potential appendix topics.
And these improv exercises are a really great way to become a better DM and a better player, because you're always going to need to make stuff up on the spot at the table. And hopefully we give you some ideas for your games. This week, we're going to be doing 100 ways to subtly tell your players that something is a bad idea. You want to start?
Yep. All right. Ready?
So I'll ever be.
100 ways to tell your players that something is a bad idea.
Subtly.
Subtly, as the DM. Are you sure that your god would be okay with that?
Can we go over the plan one more time just so I know what you're thinking?
You can certainly try.
That's one way to do it. Is that what you're going to do?
Is that really what your character would do?
Now, are you sure you're not forgetting anything?
Do you want to stop by the shops one more time?
Do your characters have everything you're going to need to pull this off?
Why don't you take a long rest and think about it?
Are there any NPCs, anyone that you want to check in with before you do this?
Do you guys want to have a chat around the fire?
Let's go over the scene one more time.
Just to make sure that you understand.
All right. Is everyone on board?
And everybody understands the details of the plan?
Okay. Tell me how you're going to get started.
What do you think will happen if you do that?
What's your goal? What's the end game of this plan?
What do you want to happen if you do that?
Make an insight check.
Make a sense motive check.
Now you're just pulling addition words on me. Make a perception check.
What would your mom think if you did that?
Who here has the highest wisdom score?
Maybe you should check in with the priest at your temple and see if that's within your oath.
Who has the highest knowledge local? I want to make sure that you know if this might be breaking some laws.
You should probably do a knowledge arcana check.
I'm trying to get off the mechanic side of this.
That's the time.
I think I have to pass.
All right. You should probably reread your notes.
So let me make sure I understand what you want to do.
Do you remember what happened last session?
If you do that, you're going to have to end your turn here. Is that something that you're okay with?
The result of this might be, is that something you're all right with?
you know that based on what happened last time, there's a bit more alertness among the guards. You've seen them patrolling around some more. So this might be more difficult. Any changes you might want to make?
Just to confirm, there is literally a guard right there.
Are you guys planning this out loud? Because otherwise, how are you planning it? And you're surrounded by people.
Are you saying that in character?
How are you having this conversation out of character?
I feel like you're answering me right now. It's really weird. Have you considered all of your options?
You guys don't need to take care of this immediately if you'd like more time to think about it.
If you want, this can wait until next session.
The next thing I was going to do is pretty close to that. Do you guys have a backup plan in case this goes bad?
Pass.
Is everyone in the party going to be able to be a part of this plan?
Why don't we take a quick 5-minute break so we can think about it?
Give me a few minutes so that I can figure out how this is going to work, and let me know if your plans change at all.
Talk amongst yourselves and make sure that this is what you want to do.
Do you guys need to take a long rest before you do this, or are you going to try and do it right now?
Pass.
Is anyone going to be a lookout during this operation?
Are you going to set up a watch order?
That's relevant to some nonsense that happened earlier.
What do you mean nonsense? We'll cover that in another episode.
Stay tuned for our campaign diaries. God. I'm way over 5 seconds. Just give me a sec to collect myself again.
Is that your answer?
No.
Oh.
I'm just traumatized. I'm having post-traumatic stress disorder here. I have to pass.
Give me a second to collect myself here.
Oh, come on. I don't even remember what the last other thing you said was.
I don't either.
Okay. Is everybody ready? No last minute spells, no other last minute plans. Everyone knows where they need to be when. You have a way to coordinate.
Paladin, are you sure you're okay with this plan?
Druid, are you sure that you're okay with this plan?
Well, obviously the rogue is okay with the plan, so that's out.
Bard too.
Bards are up for anything.
Yeah, they are.
Pass.
Pass.
If this happens, someone might die.
Oh, we're getting way outside the realm of subtle, but we'll count it. I think we've been outside the realm of subtle for a little bit,
Yeah.
back and forth here. How long do you guys think this plan is going to take?
How likely do you think it is that this plan will work?
There are other things that do need your attention that you could be taking care of instead.
Do you want me to describe the scene more?
Does anybody have any questions before we move on?
Does the setting make sense to you and what you want to do with your plan?
Pass.
Pass.
Oh, you know what? Passing a note to a player who would have some relevant information. We've only been covering stuff that you say.
Oh my god. Smart. This guy. Let's see. Putting an item in the game, like a note or a diary.
Putting in some type of obstacle early on that delays the plan long enough for the characters to have a second conversation about it.
So like an invisible wall.
Or a complicated locked door.
Okay. That's good. That's a good plan. A courier delivers a message.
Players run into an important friendly NPC on their way to the plan.
Pass.
Things play out as expected. It's a bad idea for the players, but they are given a somewhat convenient way to get out of the situation.
Deus Ex Machina.
Oh, that's a bad one.
It is a bad one. Don't do that in your games.
Don't Deus Ex Machina. We're just trying to hit 100 here. Some of these aren't going to be very good. I'm sure I've listed some really terrible ideas. A bad omen that a cleric or druid may recognize.
If you have a diviner in the group, they might try to read tea leaves or tarot cards.
Yep, augury spell. It's another good one in that category.
Spells.
I read too much of the books. Pass.
Pass.
Oh no. Dream sequence the night before. I'm giving them a preview of what might happen. Oh, it's worse than Deus Ex Machina? Is that what you're going to tell me? I don't. I think it's as bad as Deus Ex Machina.
You're as bad as Deus Ex Machina. Pass.
Also a fact.
I'm out.
I'm out.
All right, that's our first appendix. Thanks so much for watching and sticking with us for just about 15 minutes here. Hopefully some of these are helpful for you in your games for subtly telling your players when their idea might not be the best course of action, or making sure that they understand that their idea may not be the very best option that they have available to them. Of course, we don't want to encourage you to railroad your players, but sometimes you need to subtly tell your players that there are better choices for them to make.
And sometimes your players are new and they might need a little hint that they can do things in a different way. Of course, if you're not the type of DM to give your players those subtle hints, then put on your stone cold face and let them run straight to their own destruction.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, that's totally fine way to play your games. We don't care.
yeah, this is just one list. Might not be helpful for everybody. Some of these ideas are going to be better than others. Some of them are going to be worse than others. The whole dream sequence and Deus Ex Machina are some pretty clear examples where we were reaching a little bit, but we want to hit 100. So
we definitely didn't. So
No, we
tell
did
us in
not.
the comments what we missed, what we repeated, because I know that we repeated some of them.
or very similar ones that
Very
Basically
similar
the
ones.
same.
Yeah, pretty much. From the same mouths of babes. I don't, whatever. Anyway.
that's not what that
Okay. Smash the like and tap the bell icon or whatever it is you do on YouTube so that you can get more notifications when we post videos like this. You can laugh along with us or laugh at us.
Yeah, definitely going to be laughing at us. We'll laugh at us while we're editing this. But
Yeah.
thanks for watching and thanks for stopping by Open Book Games.
Bye.
Bye.